Good morning to all. So in the last class regarding this chapter, which is the looking for a cousin on a swing, we discussed about the introduction to this chapter, especially some major details regarding the author and also some a quick overview regarding this poem in a very short manner. So in this class we will be dealing with the author's details in a detailed manner and also some points, major points regarding his works, his awards and etc. So, A.K. Ramanujan was a great poet, a brilliant translator and a folklorist. Also, he has also helped to give Indian English poetry, which is a local habitation and a name, as a trilingual poet. And also, he wrote in English, Tamil and Kannada. That means he is called as a kind of this trilingual poet. And also Ramanujan has created history by translating the literatures in the classical languages such as Sanskrit and Tamil into the modern English language. His translations are good examples of new writing, and also because he was conscious of the tradition of Tamil and also the Kannada poetry, and the double impulse of being which is the expatriate writer, who is the A.K. Ramanujan's regarding his writings, who has to satisfy the natives of both the countries of birth and domicile, and also seem to have worked upon him. So basically he is a poet, and also he is regarded as a trilingual poet because he wrote in English, Tamil and Kannada, and also he just created a history by translating the literatures in the classical languages such as the Sanskrit and Tamil into the modern English language. Also his translations are good examples of new writing because he has the one of the conscious of this tradition of Tamil and Kannada poetry. So regarding this tradition, he was very well studied regarding these traditions. So he wrote about this tradition in his poetry, in his works, and also the double impulse of being expatriate writer, which means a expert writer all of from the Indian English language, who has to satisfy the natives of both the countries of birth and domicile seem to have worked upon him. So basically his poems or his major writings were exclusively for these two countries, especially for the people from the Tamil Nadu and also from the Karnataka. So this means that he just focused on these two languages, from for example Tamil and Kannada, and also he translated the classical works, literatures, especially from the Sanskrit Tamil into the English literature. So this means that he already gave many advancements and also many contributions to the Indian English literature, especially by his writing the poems, by his basically the collections of his poem by him. So this is regarding just an introduction to his career. And also A.K. Ramanujan was born into a well-to-do family in Mysore. His father was a noted scholar and a mathematician, and also he learned and taught English literature. He obtained PhD degree in linguistics. So he is a PhD, which means a doctorate. He already equipped this kind of this PhD degree, especially in linguistics, and also he is from Mysore, and his father was a noted scholar and also a mathematician. So this is regarding just a brief outline regarding his family. And also he married a Keralite Syrian Christian woman, a novelist, and also at the end he ended in a divorce. And the influence of Buddhism on him remained all through his life. So he's just followed this kind of Buddhist philosophy, and he was a professor of linguistics in Tamil Nadu and also the Dravidian languages at the University of Chicago, where he passed away on July 14th, 1993. and India has lost its most outstanding expertise Indian English poet. So he was died on 1993 July 14, and he is regarded as a kind of outstanding expert, which means an expert in Indian English literature, especially by his poems, collections of poems, and it is a great loss to the Indian English literature. And also he has translated at the age of 40 words obeyed his call. As a folklorist, he tried to collect the folk tales from different Indian regional language for the benefit of the readers. So this means that he also translated many works at the age of 40, and also his as a folklorist, he tried to collect the folk tales from different Indian regional languages for the benefit of the readers. So his intention was to a wide area of readers in order to read in their native language, especially this kind of, as a folklorist, he focused on the native languages, into writing in this kind of native languages, and later he translated his works into the English. So this is regarding his literary career, how he started his literary career in a very systematic manner, and also his life was not at all successful, and he divorced a Keralite Syrian Christian woman after his marriage. And also he was the influence of the Buddhism, which means that he followed the Buddhist philosophy. So it is also a very important factor regarding A.K. Ramanujan. Then A.K. Ramanujan has published 4 volumes of poetry. So major his writings or his collections of poetry, we can divide his all the collections of poetry into the 4 major volumes. And also the first one is the Striders, which was written in 1966. It is the one of the major or the most important collection of poems by A.K. Ramanujan. And the poem that we are going to study, which is the Looking for a Cousin on a Swing, is a poem from this collection, which is the Striders. So it is the first one of the most important collection by A.K. Ramanujan. Then the second one is the Relations, which was published in 1971. It is also a very important collection of poetry. Then the third one is the Second Sight, which was written in 1986. And the fourth one, the last one, is the Black Hen, which was written in 1995. So these are the 4 major volumes of poetry, which includes the Striders, the Relations, Second Sight, and also the Black Hen. So these are the most important collections by A.K. Ramanujan. And also he derives strength to his poetry from going back to his root, and also every poem indicates that he always goes back to his childhood memories and experiences of life in India. So this means that in this poem also we have some kind of childhood memory and also some his experiences of life in India. So it is very important factor regarding his writing, in which he in every sense, in every work, he just gave the importance to his childhood and also his the experiences of life and also his memories, basically the nostalgic feeling of his life. So all these factors were included in his poetry. So one of the best example for this is this poem itself, which is the Looking for a Cousin on a Swing. Then most of his poems have their origin in recollected personal emotion, and also hence his family becomes the still center of his poetry. So his poems, especially the collections of these poems, take their origin in a mind that it is simultaneously Indian and Western. And also most of his poems are written on Indian themes about familial life. So it is very important, in which most of his poems were written on this kind of Indian themes and also the familial life. So the major topics or the themes of these poems, which includes his firstly his family life, and also basically all these themes, we can categorize all these themes into a single topic, which is the Indian themes. So basically his poems were written on the Indian themes about the familial life. So it is very important. And also Ramanujan's poems take their origin in a mind that it is simultaneously Indian and Western. So there is a change in its nature, but basically most of his poems were based on the Indian origin or the Indian the surroundings, and also his themes were basically the Indian themes about the familial life. And his poetry arises from a tension between self and history, and it becomes the reflections of the poetic self's predicament, and also the need for relating oneself to history through this tradition stands face to face with the contemporary milieu, whose main chords they are the continuity of the tradition myth. Literature and family are largely stirred, which means that all these kinds of themes were focused on the continuity of the tradition myth. It is a very important topic, and also the contemporary milieu, whose main modes, which means the contemporary kind of these topics, and also this especially the familial life regarding the Indian life, based on the Indian life. So these are the one of the most important topics of his poems, and the need for relating oneself to history through the tradition. So which means that he just connected the history through the traditions of the family, and also the origin of India, and also all his poems were based on these kind of themes, especially the tradition myth, then the contemporary media with the main chords, and also basically all his poems were based on the themes about the family life. Then he could fuse the essential Indian sensibility with the temper of modernity in his poetry with a great deal of skill. And also the poem, which is the this kind of this collections of this poem, The Striders is one of the significant poem in the first volume, which is entitled as the Strider in 1966. And also he could fuse the essential Indian sensibility with the temper of modernity in his poetry with a great deal of skill. So this is very important regarding his poetry and his writing. So he could fuse the essential Indian sensibility with the temper of modernity in his poetry with a great deal of skill. So he just combines the essential Indian sensibility, which means the essential of this Indian tradition, Indian experiences, and he just combined this with the temper of the modernity in his poetry. So he just joins this kind of the tradition with the modernity, especially the Indian tradition with the modernity in his poem. So it is a kind of a great deal of skill by him. So it is very important that we should focus on. So basically his poems, the themes were basically about the Indian themes about the familial life, and also he could fuse the essential Indian sensibility with the temper of modernity in his poetry with a great deal of skill. So it is very important. Then it is the combination of the sensibility which is peculiar to the Indian spirit, and it is the sharply ironic and also skeptical view of the actualities and surface of life, and his felt alienation from the immediate environment thus become a source of continuity with an older ideal. So this means that he just joined this kind of sensibility which is peculiar to the Indian spirit. So he just gave importance to the Indian spirit in his poems, and also it is the sharply ironic and also skeptical view of the actualities and surface of life. So all his poems, all the themes of his poems were basically sharply ironic, and also it is a clear view of the actualities, which is the realities, and also regarding the surface of his life. So it is very important regarding his poems, and his felt the alienation from the immediate environment, and it thus becomes a source of continuity with an older ideal. So he just again he joins the older ideals, older kinds of this tradition myth to the modern kind of this era, in which he just used the kind of this alienation technique from this immediate environment, and it then becomes the continuity with an older ideal. So it is very important. And also the cultural range within his poetry, as well as the kind of form and content, the equation is the outcomes of the strong relationships between the intellect and also the emotion of the poetic self. And added to this is another fact that the most of his Indo-English poets find themselves to be the victims of the linguistic isolation from their adoption of English as a medium of creative expression. And this kind of predicament imposes severe strains on the ingenuity of this Indian English poet. So his basically his themes were basically the kind of this cultural range within his poetry, and as well as the kind of form and content, which is like an equation. The form and content is the outcomes of the strong relationship between the intellect and also the emotion of the poetic self. So basically, as an intellectual, and also he just has have some kind of these emotions, basically the childhood memories, that nostalgic feeling and experience of his life. So basically he just joins this kind of form and content in his poems. So it is like a kind of poetic self, which means write about himself in his poems. So it is very important regarding his poetry. Then added to this, which means we can add some more points regarding this aspect, in which it is the another fact that most of the Indo-English poets, they find themselves to be the victims of the linguistic isolation from their adoption of English as a medium of creative expression. So basically the Indian English poet, they used the English as the medium of this kind of creative expression. So basically they may be victims of this kind of linguistics isolation, which means their native language, maybe their native speaking language, maybe it may be isolated, in which with this kind of adoption of English as a medium of creative expression. So regarding A.K. Ramanujan, he also wrote in Tamil and Kannada, and later he just translated all his works to the English language in order to get a wide reach of his works, and also it is regarded as a English as a medium of creative expression. So it is a very important point regarding the Indo-English poets. So the kind of this predicament imposes severe strains of the ingenuity of the Indo-English poet. So basically, as an Indo-English poet, A.K. Ramanujan also go through these kind of difficulties, but he just focused on his poems, and basically his poems were basically just centered on the familial relationships, the Indian surroundings, and all these kind of the pictures were come in his poems. So it is very important, and so this kind of predicament imposes severe strains on the ingenuity of this Indo-English poet. Then, but Ramanujan could reach out from his predicament to a state of creative freedom by cultivating the uniquely personal idiom, and also this kind of this personal idiom, his poetry manifests the quest of this modernist, the quest for roots of in the tradition, and also the quest for higher than the existing self, which is distracted by the contraries of life. So Ramanujan, regarding this poet, he could reach out from this kind of difficulties, especially by adopting the English language, the medium of English, as a kind of creative expression to write in his poems in the English language. So basically he also faced many kind of these difficulties, but Ramanujan could reach out of all these kind of problems to a state of creative freedom. It is very important for the poet or any kind of these writers. So he just introduced the kind of creative freedom by cultivating a uniquely personal idiom, and his poetry manifests the quest of the modernist, and then the quest for the roots in his tradition, and also the quest for the higher than the existing self, which is distracted by the contraries of life. So basically his themes or his writings were based on the three kinds of quest. Quest means searching for something. So here he just quest for the modernist, which means a kind of modern kind of this thinking. Then the quest for roots or in the Indian tradition, the tradition of the kind of this Indian tradition. So it is also very important in his poem. So search for his tradition. Basically in this category we have this poem, which is the looking for a cousin on a swing, which means a childhood memory or the nostalgic feeling. So this comes under the topic the quest for this tradition. And also lastly we have the quest for the higher than existing self. So and also distracted by the contraries of life. So this also means that he just introduced his life, the experience of his life in his poems. So in this poem also we have this kind of these situations in this poem. So these are the basics or the one of the most important aspects of his writing, especially the themes in his poems and how he write in a very different manner rather than the other kind of this Indo-English poets. And also the image of home, which becomes the central unifying force for the Ramanujan's individual and traditional emotion, and also the intellect and past and present. So in most of his poem he also used the kind of these images. In this poem also we have many images. So this kind of image of home, basically the image of home, it becomes the central unifying force for Ramanujan's individual and the traditional emotion, and also the intellect and past and present. So the image, the use of image is basically to connect with the individual and also the traditional emotion. So for example, the life of Ramanujan and also the tradition of his life, basically the surroundings of India. So all these kind of this individual details and also just a combination with that the traditional emotion, which includes all his childhood memories, nostalgic feeling, and also the intellect and the past and present. So the past and present means the two sides of life. So in this poem we can divide this poem into two divisions. The first part is the past, regarding his past, and the second part is the regarding his present form. So this is basically just a change in his life. So basically in this poem also we have this kind of topic, which is the past and present. So Ramanujan's individual and traditional emotion and intellect and the past and present. So all these factors are also present in this poem also. So it is very important while we discuss this poem in a very detailed manner. And also regarding this kind of this his writings, R. Parthasarathy, which is also an important writer from the Indian English literature. So R. Parthasarathy observes and rightly points out that the family is for Ramanujan one of the central metaphors with which he thinks. So it is very important in which how he just gave importance to the family. So according to R. Parthasarathy, Ramanujan, the family of his Ramanujan, one of his kind of this one of the central metaphors with which he thinks. So Ramanujan's poems were basically related to his family, that we already discussed about that. So R. Parthasarathy also observes regarding this kind of this poem, in which he points out that the family is for Ramanujan one of the central metaphors with which he thinks. And also after having looked into the Ramanujan as a poet, it is a very important factor to take note some of his best poems in order to see the poet at the practice. So this means that while we go through his details of his biography, we have some kind of his writings, especially the kind of these 4 volumes of his writings, and we have to focus on the striders, because this poem is taken from this kind this collection of this poem, which is these striders. So now we are going to go through all this collection of his poem, basically the striders, and basically just an overview to this poem itself. And the selection of certain poems here does not indicate in any way of the that the Ramanujan's other poems are not worthy of attention on contrary, and this which means the merely indicates that the selected ones are definitely his gems. So this means that his poems were like the gems of his life. So it is very important, and it is very one of the most important aspect of his life, and he wrote about himself in his poems, basically regarding his family. Thus he just gave importance to the this kind of childhood memory and the experiences, especially this kind of nostalgic feeling, all these kinds of things. So together all these kind of things we can call it as a gems of his life. So in this poem we have also regarding his life experiences, nostalgic feeling, and some kind of realization, etc. So we have to focus on these details later. So now we have some major points regarding these striders. So it is the one of the most important or the significant poems by Ramanujan, which was written in 1966. So this is a collection of a poem by A.K. Ramanujan, which was published in the 1966. So the striders, together we can call this collection as the one of the significant poems in the first volume, and also it was entitled as the Strider, not the Striders, just the Strider, and then he just changed it into this kind of Striders later, because it is a collection of poem, and also basically the Striders also a kind of poem by A.K. Ramanujan. So he just changed this kind of title into the Striders later. So this Striders, particularly due to this place in the order of the poet, writes in the footnote that the strider is the New England name of the water insect in the poem, and also the poem comprises 2 stanzas of 8 and 7 lines respectively. So the Strider is a poem by A.K. Ramanujan, which is also taken from this collection, which is the Striders. So the Strider means it is the New England name for the water insect in this poem. So this is basically just a detail about this collection of this poem, and basically we have to focus on 2 poems from this collection, which is the Looking for a Cousin on a Swing, and also the Strider. So the Strider is a very simple poem by A.K. Ramanujan, and the Strider means it is the name of this New England name for the water insect in this poem, which is which means the Strider, and the poem comprises 2 stanzas of 8 and 7 lines respectively. So this poem is divided into 2 stanzas, which is 8 and 7 lines respectively. So this poem was written in 1995. Basically the Strider. So we have to study the other poem, the second poem in this collection, which is the Looking for a Cousin on a Swing. So regarding the Striders, it is the collection of this poem of this Striders. It is a remarkable in for the foreign on oblique and also the elliptical style, and also all Ramanujan's on, and it has a cold glass-like quality achieved through the poet's attitude towards the Striders and through his employment of speech, rhythms and slangs. So this is regarding this collection of this poem, which is the Striders. So the poem, the Striders, is remarkable for the forging and oblique and elliptical style. So it is a kind of a typical style by Ramanujan, which is introduced by himself, and it has a cold, also a glass-like quality achieved through the poet's attitude toward the Striders and through his employment of speech, rhythms and also the slangs. So in this poem, which is the Striders, all these factors are present. Basically like a glass-like quality achieved through the poet's attitude towards the Striders. So Striders means the kind of a insect from the England. So it is a name of this kind of a insect. So all this kind of quality which is present in this poem, which is the Striders. And now we have the most important poem that we should focus on, which is the Looking for a Cousin on a Swing. So regarding this poem, basically we can call this poem as one of the finest poem by A.K. Ramanujan, and it is remarkable for its unadorned style and simple diction. So it is very important that we should focus on, in which this poem is remarkable for its unadorned style and also simple diction. This is basically a simple, very simple poem, but we have a lots of images and lots of inner meanings, like the double meaning in this poem. So we should focus on all these topics. So basically this is the one of the finest poems by A.K. Ramanujan, and it is remarkable for the unadorned style and also simple diction. It is a short poem which contains just 23 lines, and this poem which begins with when she was 4 or 5, like that. So it's just an introduction to this poem itself. So the major points regarding this poem, which is the Looking for a Cousin on a Swing, that we should focus on are, I just repeat again, this is the one of the finest poems by A.K. Ramanujan. Secondly, this poem is remarkable for its unadorned style and simple diction. Thirdly, it is a short poem which contains 23 lines. So these are the major 3 important facts that we should focus on while we studying this poem, which is the Looking for a Cousin on a Swing. So that's regarding just a detailed introduction to this poem, especially a detailed analysis of this writer's details, who is A.K. Ramanujan, who is regarded as one of the most outstanding Indian English poet, and his major works, which includes the Striders, then the Relations poem, the Second Sight, like that. So all these kind of things that we should focus on in a very detailed manner, because the details of the author, it is very important while we focus on the examination point of view. So it is very important. So go through all these kind of points in a very detailed manner. So in this class we just discussed about the details regarding A.K. Ramanujan, his life and his works, and also regarding his poetry, basically focused on the poetry, the themes in his poems, then the some kind of special writing by A.K. Ramanujan. And now we have just a capsule kind of this all these details, which is given in the textbook itself in the page number 21. So Ramanujan's poems are mostly personal poems of nostalgia. Then he summons from the remotest corners of his memory that buried moments of suspense and transforms them into the vivid poems. And a master craftsman in the use of imagery, he works miracles with the images in his poems. So it is very important regarding the A.K. Ramanujan, in which the use of imagery, especially in this poem also we have a lots of images which have some kind of good meaning and also some kind of double meaning. So this means that the use of imagery by A.K. Ramanujan is one of the important aspect, rather than his themes were very related to the Indian tradition and also the familial kind of this topics. Then the writings were in a very special kind of this his writing, and also focused on this nostalgic childhood memories of his life, the experience in India. And all these kind of things are very important. And also we can add this point to all these kind of details, which is the imagery, the use of imagery by A.K. Ramanujan, in which we will focus on this topic in this while we discuss this poem in a detailed manner. So that's regarding one of the most important aspect of A.K. Ramanujan. And regarding this poem, which is the Looking for a Cousin on a Swing, is taken from this volume, which is the Striders. And it is very important regarding the collection of volume which is taken from this poem, which is the Striders. And it is remarkable, is also a memorable poem that expresses his relationship with past and present, and also which arousing the nostalgic thoughts and feelings. And also the poet uses the powerful image of the swing as an effective device for his search for identity. So The powerful image of swing. So the image of swing is the one of the important factor which is present in the title itself. So swing is the one of the important powerful image which is used in this poem, and this is a kind of image which signifies his search for identity, and also this poem is regarded as a memorable poem that expresses his relationship with past and present, which arousing the nostalgic thoughts and feelings. So that's regarding this poem in a very brief manner, quick details regarding this poem. And also this poem is remarkably a simple poem with a wonderfully telling truth at its bottom. And also it portrays the simplicity and innocence of childhood in the rustic background around enjoying the little pleasures derived from swinging, climbing trees, etc. And also, but these are denied in the modern urban life. So it is a very important factor regarding the in our this kind of day-to-day life. Basically, all this kind of swinging, climbing trees, swimming, all this kind of the memorable kind of these activities are denied in this kind of modern urban life. And also the poet just contrasts that these two extremes ways of life. So that's why this poem is said to be a contemporary, a very relevant poem in its today itself, because the poet just contrasts, just compares these two extremes of life, which means the past and present of his life, and the girl, which is also a very important, I would say, a character in this poem. So the character or the girl, which is who used to share those joys with the poet as a child, is now grown up, and she looks for a swing in the city where she lives now, but does not find it anywhere there. So it is a regarding the second part of this poem, in which we have two major characters in this poem in order to understand this poem in a very simple manner. So one is the poet itself, second one is this girl, an unnamed girl who shared the childhood with this poet, and also they have some kind of joy and also some nostalgic feeling in their childhood. So all these kind of details are present in this poem. So that's regarding just a quick overview regarding this poem. So in this class, going to wind up today's class. So in this class, we discussed about a detailed analysis of this author's detail, especially A.K. Ramanujan's some biography, major works, and also his kind of this writing themes, then the use of the imagery in his poems, and especially the two poems from the collection of the Striders. One is the poem Strider and itself, and second one is the Looking for a Cousin on a Swing, that we should focus on in the next class, which is the prescribed test that we should focus on. And also finally we discussed about just a quick glance regarding this poem in a very short manner. So in the next class we will be going with this poem itself. So that's for today. Go through all these kind of details in a very detailed manner. So that's for today. Thank you. Happy learning.